Hey, in this video we're going to be doing small engine stuff. Got a Stihl chainsaw one, MS170. It's got some ignition issues. Hopefully you hang around to see how it all turns out. Dave out. This is my MS170 chainsaw, Stihl, and it's not starting. But anyway, we need to take a look at it. And so I'm going to take the bar and this cover off, and then we're going to clean it, and I'll bring it back in. I'm going to use Superclean, the foaming, and see if we can clean up this chainsaw a little bit, and hopefully we can get down to what's causing the issue. I don't want to have to take it in for repair. One, that gets expensive, and two, the saw, when I bought it 5 years ago, it's a homeowner's version, so it's not that expensive. MS170 has the screw here. You can buy a conversion kit to move the screw to over here. It has a void. It's got the space to do it. You just got to buy the kit. I've never done it. The only thing I thought about doing is maybe putting a smaller bar on this. It's been a good little saw. No real complaints with it. It's always been a hard starter. Ever since the day I got it. I put steel dogs on it. Homeowner saws come with, oh, that looks really messy. Homeowner saws don't come with steel, they come with these plastic dogs, and I bought the steel one, so I did do that. Back cover pops off too. I put a new air filter on it, so I don't want to get that wet. So be careful on that. It's not 100% perfect, and it's been like a huge amount of time. It's a chainsaw. But it is definitely clean, and it's a lot better to work on now. It has compression, I can tell you that. So I guess I want to check to see if it's got spark. Backwards. Got a brand new spark plug on it. Let's see if we can see a spark. Let's see one. Nope. No spark. So we got something going on with the spark. There you go. There's one and two. Cut these dudes out. It's hard to tell from the parts diagram. Alrighty. There it is. You off of there. Brake being the biggest. Alright, so that's off. And that's the pull rope assembly. That's great. Oh, that just comes off. Alright, cool. Which is like, I guess, the ignition. Which they say this module goes bad a lot. And try to take the flywheel off. Go. And of course you're not going to just lift off, are you? No, that'll work around. Sometimes that works, sometimes not. It did in this case. It's worn. but it's clean. So I don't think it's a flywheel at all. I really think it's this module. So let's undo the wires and see if we can't disconnect this module. A couple of those Torx head bits, screws in here. Tight, Loctite tight. I have to remember that. Definitely Loctite tight. Okay. So that's the ignition, and so I just took out this hex head that was holding this right there. Now we're gonna undo this screw. So let me put you on here. Hold on a minute. It might shake a little bit, but you know what better do. Alrighty, so let's take that off. It's got a nice little housing around it. There it goes. So that's these two. And then we got another hex head right there. Let's see if we can get in there. Oh, tight too though, huh? Yep. Sorry for the shaking, but you're moving with the saw right now. Got a lot of stuff in there. I got a camera, a light, and a mounting thing. Let's see. There we go. That's this screw. All this looks pretty good, like it's almost like brand new. And then this goes, one goes up to the spark plug. So let's take the spark plug out. Now this other side goes down to those cables. One onto this connector. Yeah, I see. One goes down to this. Let's see if we can undo that. Okay. And then this one goes where? So we're going to undo the grommet for that, I think. Leave that one because that goes internal. Let's put this back in before we forget how it went. It's like a little spring clip. It goes right there. That's what this bottom wire went on to. Actually, we probably could leave that on if I'm just going to undo this clip. We'll put it back on in a second here. So let's pull this out. Nothing's easy when you're cheesy. Alright. Oh, goodness. This is definitely the big wire that's holding everything in on that clip. There it goes. Now these two smaller wires come out. Turn them sideways. Yeah, turn you sideways. There's that one, that one. So let's put this one back on there. We don't need to take that off. That's a kill switch. That's what it's from. So, let's see. Put that back on. There we go. Yep, there we go. Alright, so these two will stay. This will go. So that's what we're going to order. Do I know for sure that's what it is? No. I think it is because this looks really good. I mean, look at that. It's got, I mean, it's worn, but not that bad. New spark plug. So all that would make me think it's this ignition. So we'll try that. Hey Steve, back on the chainsaw. So the ignition, coil ignition, whatever it is, was out. I think it says, what is it called? Yeah, ignition coil. So I'm thinking that's what it was, because remember we couldn't get a spark. So I ordered a new one. It's an OEM part, and I got it from Sawzilla. I don't know if you ever heard of them. But I think it'll work. We'll put it on here in just a second. Got this new multi-tool for my sons for Christmas. My old one. I don't understand what is. I'm not going to batten off the company, but the quality of my Leathermans in the past. The last two I've gotten, I bought rebars both times. This haven't lasted. And I know they come with a lifetime guarantee, but then you got to pay for shipping there and shipping back. By the time you do that, you're almost buying another rebar. So anyway, I chose not to do that. And this time I got a Swiss Army one, which the quality just seems really nice. So this looks like, I'll bring you in, but it looks like an exact duplicate, and we'll show you a match here in just a second. Make sure everything's good. I believe it is. So anyway, let's get to hopping on this. I'll bring you in closer and see what's going on. So here's the old coil pack. Here's the new. And they look identical. So I don't think we'll have any issues. The only issue I think we're going to have is, does Dave remember how it all goes? Now it comes with replacement wires. I'm not putting those on. I'm going to use the wires that are already on. I examined the wires. I see no reason to believe they're shorting out, so I'm not going to change them. I'm going to have to go look at my video though to make sure I get my wires on right. So this black wire goes onto here and it hooks up onto the top. And then this goes, the ignition goes up there, and then this yellow wire, let's see if we can get the black underneath, so it pops up into there. This is going to go up in there. So the wire I'm putting on the bottom is the wire for the spark plug, so it's going to go the very bottom. And there's an insulator that sits on, I don't know if you can see that. So there's an insulator that rides on top of these two screw holes right there. Right there. And then this rides up on here. So let's see. One bolt in. Now the other bolt goes in right here, and it is going to also be connected to this. yellow wire, yellow green. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's grounding itself. Now I'm just going to put this in loosely until I get the flywheel back on. That's going to be the first thing I put back on, and then we'll work on this thing. But yeah, just so they're started is all I want to do. Flywheel has like a little nub on it. It fits on right there. Where's the? And I don't know if you can see. There's like a little nub on the flywheel, so it doesn't have like a separate, like a, what do they call those pins? Pin you'd fit in there, and then this would slide on. But on this, all that happens is this slides down on top of that, so it fits in there. So it slides into that groove, the very top of it, and then you just tighten it down. Now, nothing special about when I took it off, so I'm assuming there. I didn't know the gapping's any different over here on this kind of engine, but we'll make it the same. So that's the dead side. Here's the magnet side. So we'll put this on right there. Let it pull down on it for me, and then we'll tighten this down. I mean, I guess there's a technical spec for this gap between the ignition and the flywheel, but I don't know what it is. I'll put this on. Might be a little big. Let's see, tighten it down. It's gonna be a little big. A little loose. There we go. Right there. You want that magnet helping to pull it down, and it had slid off. You don't want the gap bigger than the card, and that's what I ended up with the first time. On the flywheel is a little magnet on this flat part on one side, and that hits the ignition, and every time it swings by it's going to shoot a little bit of current into that ignition. There we go. So yeah, it's just missing it. See if we get ignition now. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use the put that right there. Hopefully you guys can see it if it happens. Let's see. Now let's see. There's a little piece of fuzz in there and I couldn't see. I can't tell. Oh, where's my cord? Here we go now. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything like really bright. Instead of using a card, I used just a regular sheet of paper, tore off a corner. Used that to set the spacing between the flywheel and the ignition The problem I had with the new, it's kind of stupid, I feel stupid. With the new cover, I hadn't pushed it onto the spark plug completely. So when I took it out and put it back in, now every time I pull, every time I do something, I got a good spark. Brake cleaner down it. Put it on. So we had a little fire there. Let's see if I've got it. Well, there we go. Yeah, it runs, so it's getting gas now. Had to give it a little kick start with the brake cleaner like an ether. So spark was the issue. I thought I was having a gas delivery issue, but I think the brake cleaner resolved it. I double checked everything inside. The lines and everything are there. Maybe the filter could be changed. Maybe I'll do that. I do have a clean filter to put on it. But for now, we're going to call this good. It runs. It's always been a hard starter. It's never been, you know, like the easiest starting chainsaw I've had. It's never liked. In fact, it's a better cold starter than it is a warm starter. I don't know if it'll start right back up again. We'll try it here in a second. So we got it on run. It should run. Throttle works right. The ignition seems to work right. Started back up. So I'm going to call this good. Hey, it's Dave. Had to order some parts. Put a new ignition and I guess it's ignition coil on it. Had some issues the first time I put it in. I had it spaced, I think, too far from the flywheel, so I don't think it was getting enough charge. I just used a piece of computer paper and cut off a little corner of that and used it, and it respaced it. Also, I didn't think I had a good connection to my spark plug. I did those two things. Got a really good spark then. So I put this all back together, and then I was having some fuel delivery issues. It just wasn't firing. So I used some brake cleaner to get it going. We got this bad boy fired up, and now it runs really good. So that one's done. In the meantime, we fixed the Husqvarna backpack blower. Put a new primer plug on that, new air filter. It fires up really good. And then as a bonus, we fixed the pressure washer. It has a Honda motor on it. It was smoking really bad, putting out a lot of I guess oil smoke whenever you fired it up. So I got a suction device and used it to drain out the oil. It is only I've had this thing for maybe 10, 12 years. It's the first time I've completely drained the oil. Twice before I've kind of got most of the oil out, put new oil in. This time I drained it completely, put new Honda oil in it, filled it up right to the spot where it's supposed to be, put a new plug in it, a new air filter. It runs like a dream. There's no smoke either. All three of these I did a clean on with the Superclean. So you know, I don't get any money, I don't get anything but product to test from Superclean. But when you're working on engines, it's much easier if you Superclean it and then get a nice clean surface to work on. It's simple, you just spray it on, you wash it off. Some of the stuff maybe you got to use a brush, maybe not. It cleaned up really nice. You would not guess that this thing is 5 years old, and I've used it a lot, but cleaned up nice. Looks almost like it's brand new. If you look at the name of my channel, it's like, what does this have to do with anything you're doing? Really has to do with what I guess I'm working on. So maybe the title of my channel is a little deceptive, and maybe I would do better if I named it something different. I don't know, I'm open to that. If you got a good suggestion, put it in the comments. I think I narrow my field a little bit too much because I do some bushcraft, but mainly it's buildings and some stuff like that. I don't go and sleep in, you know, frozen shelters and stuff like that. It's just not me. But I do fire starters and stuff like that, but a lot of channels do that. I like small engine repair. I think it provides a lot of good intel if I can share. So with this one, I mean with the MS170, showing how to put a new ignition coil on it and then how to troubleshoot it when it didn't fire off. I think it's all good info. On the Honda power washer, I mean, it showed that smoke not out of the, when you're running smoke doesn't necessarily mean you've got bad rings or you got some kind of valve issue. On mine, it was simply that I had not given it a good service, and gave it a good service, really got all the old oil out. I think what the smoking was, it was probably a little full on oil, and the oil was old, so it didn't have the right viscosity. So anyways, used Honda oil, fixed that. The backpack blower would run, but now it starts a lot easier because the primer bulb works again. In fact, with the new plug and air filter on it, it fires up like super easy. So all three turned out well. But yeah, they're not hunting related. It's more of, these are handy projects to help and to share how to do it. Also, it's what I'm doing. So enough babbling about that. We'll wrap up. I do think it's necessary to explain that. So anyway, if you got an idea of a better name for the channel, I'm open. We're not too far into the game where I couldn't change it, although maybe I don't want to, but we'll see. Yeah, I'd probably hesitate to doing that. Although I do think it messes with the algorithms of YouTube. They see my name, they put me into a category where my videos are only relevant during deer season, which is kind of funny. But anyways, some other channels dealt with that a little bit, but you can never comment, and I'm not complaining. But anyways, like I always say, make kindness your business. Do something kind for somebody. Makes a world of difference. We're in the holiday season, so doing something kind for somebody would be an awesome way to share the love around the world and make it a better place. So I encourage you to do that. Thanks for watching and tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. This will be a fun one to title. I'm not really sure how I'll throw it all together, but I'll try. But anyways, shout out to Superclean for their products, and look forward to maybe doing we'll be doing a giveaway in the new year. I got a couple more projects that I need to use Superclean on, and then after we do that, we're gonna do a giveaway. So hope you look forward to seeing that. Got some work to do on old Drippy, and I got the new John Deere I need to clean up and put some new wheel bearings on it. Get rid of the bushings and put wheel bearings on it so it runs. It's a preventive maintenance kind of thing. So anyways, we'll do that. But while I'm at it, I might as well clean it up, sharpen the blades and all that good stuff. And then later on in the year, I got both Hondas, got to change oils on them, both ATVs, so we'll be doing that. Anyway, look forward to doing all that. So thanks for tuning in, appreciate it. And Dave and Lily and Tessa out.